interesting show for you here tonight. Because I have no producer, I have a guest speaker, and we're going to be winging this by the seat of our pants tonight. So, of all times, not to have my producer, we were prepped and ready. I spent a lot of time getting this show ready to go, and now here I am, uh, using a live streaming platform, and I hope it's streaming right now. I'm not even sure if it's streaming. I'm not sure if I'm doing it right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, hello. I'm Warren Nelson, director of Online Real Estate School Incorporated, and the sponsor of this free live streaming real estate class. This is the quick hour in real estate, and I want to welcome everyone to tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen. We have a special show for everyone tonight. We have our first guest speaker of the show joining us to explain some of her journey so far in the real estate world. And so, no commercials, it looks like, since my producer's not here. Usually I'll go to a commercial and then come back. But, ladies and gentlemen, this was what I was talking to you about, live streaming. This
Right.
live streaming is all about. So sometimes it does not go as planned. So, our guest speaker, Denise McCoy, I am so looking forward to working with you here today, Denise, talking a little
Yes.
bit about your journey and how things are coming with you. So, Denise McCoy, Agent McCoy.
Yes, we discussed that already.
Denise, we just got off a podcast together, ladies and gentlemen. So our podcast went well. And now we're doing our live streaming class that we do every Monday at 6 p.m. to give you some insight about the school and what Denise experienced and what she hopes that you will accomplish if you decide to invest the 400 hours yourself as well and become a licensed real estate professional. Are the jobs coming in right now like I said they would? Are you getting a lot of offers right now, Denise?
I am. It's so many I can't even count. Like it's through my email, postcards. My mailbox literally was filled this morning. So it's unbelievable.
And now, how does it feel to be a licensed real estate professional in the state of Pennsylvania?
Phenomenal. Like it's I don't even have the words to say how I feel. Like it's so surreal. You know what I mean? I don't think it hit me yet.
You did a great job. I'm so proud of you. You have that great personality, and I tried to send a lot of insights to our show tonight. Little did I know it would be not produced properly, but well, hopefully he'll show up somewhere along the line. Hopefully everything's okay with my producer, and there's nothing's wrong. So hopefully he'll be jumping in soon. So
Okay.
talk about it. What brought you to online real estate school? What made you want to get educated in real estate?
Yeah, so I was trying to purchase my first house and I couldn't get with the right agent, right? So the agent was just not doing what he was supposed to do, just kind of like doing everything incorrect, and I always was delayed and I never had the right paperwork and everything was just all over the place. So I went to Google and searched, real estate. Well, actually I searched for making sure that the agent was doing right. And then real estate school popped up. So I'm like, real estate school? I don't think I can be a real estate agent, right? So then as I was Googling, I figured out it was like, hey, you can become an agent in less time than you think. So I was like, okay. But then I started looking at different schools and their prices was like $700, $970, $1,000 for like a gazillion time frame. And I was like, I can't do this. So then what happened was I seen this little link that it was like golden ticket. And I'm like, let's see what that's about. So I gave it a shot. You know what I mean? I called you and I explained my situation to you and you were like, oh no. So you were like, you have to join my class so I can tell you exactly how everything is going to go and how it's supposed to go. And here we are.
Amazing. I remember that call too, because when you were telling me your situation, I'm like, your agent did what? Your agent did what? I was like, something's not right. And I would suggest that you take the class and learn the step-by-step process from the very beginning to the end so that you understand exactly how you should be going through this transaction. And that's exactly what you did. So that's why I was really curious, because you were actually working your first transaction before you even got licensed. And
Yes. I fired my agent. I was like, no, I don't need you. Just make up the contract for me because at this point, you're not saying what Mr. Nelson is saying. Like, this is not right. So, yeah, like you told me, I didn't even know that I was actually almost closing my own deal on my first house. So I was like,
Because
this is phenomenal.
you fired him, did you not?
Yes, I did. I fired him because
by owner.
Yes.
And so how was that experience working with the title company, working with the mortgage, working with the home inspector? How was that?
Well, at first in the beginning, it was a little bit stressful because it was new, right? But like I said, I had you to like guide me through all the procedures. So it wasn't that bad. But, getting down to like, calling the mortgage company and they're like, well, we need to talk to the buyer. And I'm like, I am the buyer. So that was always a shock to them. Like, wait, you're not supposed to be. And, that's how we got into the whole conversation. They were just like, wait, you're doing what? So yeah, it was always a shock to, the lenders, the title company, the insurance company, the inspectors. Like, it was always a shock to them knowing that I was actually doing my own deal. You know what I mean? And I wasn't even an agent at that point in time.
And that was what really impressed me with you. I'm like, you're working these transactions, you don't even have your license yet. You're taking what you're learning from the classroom right directly into the field. So how's that for a live streaming event, that you're
Yes.
working your own deal? You fired your real estate agent after you learned enough about the school where you felt confident that you understood the agreement of sale, you understood the process, you understood what you had to do. What did you need the real estate agent for when you could do this?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't need to pay you. Like, I can do this myself, especially if you're not doing it right. Like, I need to know what my estimate cost is before everything is done. Like, I need to know everything. So, and he was not where he needed to be. So I was like, okay. So it was literally as we were going through the class, I was going through all of the process and it was like blowing my mind. You know what I mean?
Now, would you have been able to do the process without the 75-hour class?
Absolutely not. No, because it's the unknown. You know what I mean? Like, the things that you don't know and the things that you teach us, it goes hand in hand. You know what I mean? So you can't get jerked. You can't not know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because I'm literally in the class going through the process. And even after the class, like I mentioned before in the podcast, you're doing your own thing. So, you're going to have your best interest at heart. You're going to make sure that the deal is from start to finish done correctly. You know what I mean?
And that's exactly it. When you pay it forward, you want to make sure that your students learn everything they possibly can. Now that you've had this experience with the knowledge that I've given you, the on-the-job training that you had doing your own deal, are you comfortable already getting a good start at representing others?
Absolutely. Because like I said, I had both sides of the spectrum. You know what I mean? Like, I know what it's like to be a buyer, the first time buyer. I know the jitters you get, the questions, and it's kind of me going over it myself again. Like, I can literally be in your shoes, if that makes sense. Like, okay, this is what's gonna happen, but if this happens, we're gonna do this, and then, so it's kind of, I guess I gotta, silver spoon to sort of say, you know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, I can ease you as we're going through the process.
And having that template of knowing the steps and the transition and being able to explain to your client the steps that they can be expecting to go through, and you having a plan B and a plan C is a very good representation on your part for your client, so that you already have other backups in case the deal, and this is the art of the deal. So having Agent McCoy help you with your real estate transaction is a good bet, because you got an agent that is knowledgeable, took that 75-hour class, absorbed it, worked the field as we were learning. So you were doing class and a real life class and an in-person class, and so you were doing that, and now you're ready to rock and roll. I can't wait, because I already know, as I'm trying to tell the audience, the next Oprah Winfrey talk show host will be right? All right. She'll be going through the circuits, doing guest speaking, So I'll be lucky to get her on my show again. I have the schedule.
Right? Oh my God. You are phenomenal, Morris.
I appreciate it, Denise. And I'm really glad to have you here, because I want the students to understand, because a lot of people, when they come to the show, they want me to teach them real estate, but it's only so much I can teach in an hour show. And the show really does go quickly. And so I try to get lessons. Everybody tunes in for the lessons as well. You know? So every now and then I like to go into like maybe the 4 forms of ownership, ownership and tenancy, tenants in common, tenants
Yes.
in the entirety, joint tenancy, or the deeds, the quick
The
claim.
D, the D, the D, the D.
That's all my students know me from that slogan,
Yes.
the D, the D. And so, yep. And so, and I love teaching that, when you get a mortgage on a property, you own that property day one, so what, you got a mortgage, you can have that for the next 30 years, but don't get the mortgage and the deed mixed up. So I always try to take this class and tell students to invest the $400 in yourself. As
Yes.
you said in the podcast, we could lose $400 an hour in the casino,
Yes, sir.
a
That's
bet,
why.
and so you and my wife, those bags, I don't know what it is with those bags,
Right.
but yes,
It's just a trophy. It's okay. It's a trophy. But I'm like, I can spend this $400 in a million ways, but the whole ultimate goal is just to invest in myself. You know what I mean?
and that's what I try to convey, because it's not easy getting people to invest in themselves. I even try
That's
to do the payment plan,
okay.
start with $150 investing in yourself and get you into my classroom. Let me give you the education. Just
Mhm.
like Denise did, started out not knowing if it's a scam, because you got to be careful with everything today. Everything
Absolutely.
scam. It always feels like a upsell. And that's the one good thing I love about being in school, because you can go to the Bureau of Professional Occupational Affairs and check out my license, check
Right.
out my background, check out the school. And so this
Mhm.
is an investment class.
Absolutely.
This is a class where you, like, well, Denise, will be a licensed real estate professional in the state of Pennsylvania. You invested $400 to become that licensed professional that Denise is now. She's got
Mhm.
5 hours of great education. She's got on-the-job training,
Yes.
and now $400 is going to do for Denise. And you're already working with family members they're looking to, and that's a
Yes.
great start to start with that real estate license and help some family and get them
Definitely.
pay it forward, and you help them.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and they're missing out on all the good little tricks that you have that come along with helping us build our career, like our business, I should say. So someone who's looking forward to it, like, or just even curious about it. And like I said, what is the worst that could happen? You know what I mean? It's the stuff that you taught us that nobody was telling. And then a lot of the times you don't know. So when you don't know, you're oblivious to all the stuff that's around you. You know what I mean? So even when it came down to you, like I said, telling us, because everybody thinks, oh, it's just all about flipping houses. But you have other secrets that no one is talking about. And I'm like, you got to join the class. You know what I mean?
All right, Denise, hold on one second. We have my producer who's trying to get us in here. Let me see. Hold on one second, and let's see what we
Okay.
can do. Vernon, are you there? Vernon, are you there? All right, Denise, hold on one second. I think we're still
Hey,
on.
Warren.
Hi, Vernon. How are you, sir?
Good. How are you?
All right. We're started. We're in the live stream. So you tell me what we need to do. Do I need to log out of the live stream? Is Denise ready to be rock and roll with this?
So she's ready to join?
Yes, we're actually, the show started at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I guess I'm not following you. What do you mean it started?
We're live streaming right now.
Hi, Vernon.
1 second. Yeah, so that is not coming from me.
No, that's not coming from you. As I said, we're live streaming. The show started. So do you have Denise's login to get started? Do you have a link for her?
I can send her a link, but then you would, because you've already started, there's basically I can't control it.
Okay, so I can't log out. Can I just log out of the live stream and then log into your platform?
You can, it's gonna end the stream and basically restart the stream though.
And so for those that are watching it right now, they would have to log back into a different stream, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we're just going to continue with the live streaming since we already have. I think the audience is here. Um, because again, as I
Yeah, I'm
said,
seeing a few persons connected already.
okay. So all right. So we're going to discontinue with the live streaming platform here, then Vernon, unless you can figure out a way for us to get over onto your platform. Um, because the show started at 6 o'clock. We just had to get started. Um, all right. Okay. So what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is technical difficulty. All right. And so this is one of our first shows where we've actually had this. So we're trying to get on in two platforms at the same time. I'm using my Restream to do this live streaming right now, and my producer uses another platform to do our live streaming. And so we're getting a little late start with the second platform, and so trying to work this first platform and figure out how to get to it. So one more time, Vernon, do I just continue working with the live streaming platform that I have? And no commercials. There ain't no way that you can run the commercials or anything into the platform we're on already, correct?
Correct. And did you do it directly via Restream?
Yeah, right now, Restream.
Okay.
That's where we are in right now. So I got Denise side by side. I just got my green screen in the background, and we're doing our live streaming show right now. And was talking to the audience about making the investment to join the class. So again, as I said, since the show started at 6. I'm just worried about if I log out and then I lose the audience that's there right now. I don't want to do that to the audience that's there right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so you'll have to proceed as is, because if you log out, you lose any connections.
Okay. So all right, that's the way it's going to be. All right. Very good. Let me get back to the show. Thank you very much. Let's do this here. Sort that out. Okay. Denise, are you there?
I am, yeah.
Okay, very, very good. So again, as I said, I apologize about the technical difficulty, and I had to use the live stream. The show did start at 6 o'clock, so I wanted to make sure that everything was fine there, and we're getting started. So Denise, tell us, how was the platform for the live streaming for the class?
How was it?
Yeah, how did you find it? Did you enjoy it? Was it educational? Was it difficult?
Absolutely. It was amazing. It was so easy to use. And like I said previously, like I am computer literate. So all I know is that I seen your name pop up and the email, and I just clicked on the email, typed my name one time, and every time you would send an email, the link would be there, and boom, we were in class. It was easy to follow, it was easy to do. The class itself is not boring, if that makes sense. You would think that because you're in there for quite some time and we're all adults. So I think that helped a lot too, because we all have lives, we all try to figure in what we can do and how we can maneuver with the hours and the time that we have. So again, the class was very engaging. I really enjoyed the class. Every question that I had, because I always raise my hand, but every question I had, you always answered and gave me, good feedback. And yeah, the class was incredibly useful.
And I try, like I said, I'm improving on it. So now we have nice pictures to use for each one of the chapters, so you can see what a surveyor looks like, what a survey with a legal description looks like.
Oh, you got to send me a link so I can join.
Yeah. And then we're adding the some quiz questions to the homework assignment. So really getting the student much more acclimated so that they can pass the exam as quickly as they can after they take the exam. And I also like to say that I'm going to teach you how to run a real estate business, and that's really,
and that you did.
Thank you. And so that's where you are right now, learning not only your real estate business, but your guest speaking business. So you got two businesses that you're operating there. And then it all comes down to image. Like I said, first thing is image. We got to have a name. You got to have all these steps that you got to do. But everything comes back to lead generation.
Yes.
Good business is a mechanism to gather email addresses, telephone numbers, and names. And the database is the secret weapon. Once you develop that database, now you got yourself a lot of people here on the show tonight, and because of the database that we have.
Yes.
So very, very sorry for the platform that we have for my first guest speaker. I do apologize, but I knew something was going to go wrong.
It had to.
It was great up until now, my very first guest speaker, and now we have a little bit of a technical difficulty, but that was to be expected. I knew that was going to happen. So, but again, this is not going to be your last show with us, Denise.
Absolutely not.
So looking forward to having you back and ready to rock and roll. And we'll be streaming you in and out, the professional way next time.
Yes.
So what are you planning on doing? Now, I know you're interviewing now your brokers. So you're going to go with brokerage. Is that the direction you're going to be taking?
Yes, that is. I've been Googling a couple of brokers, but I've been looking further into them. A lot of people say, hey, I can do this for you, I can do that. But, like we mentioned before, I can pay you all day, but are you going to be able to fulfill what I need? I know you need me to represent you. I need you to represent me, but I also need you to guide me. You know what I mean? I need the mentoring. I need the things that new agents need. You know what I mean? So I need the support. And a lot of the times people say, everybody can sell you anything, right? But my objective is to make sure that I'm with a reputable brokerage.
Very good. And yeah, so you want to interview with us. Remember what I taught you, that this is not a job interview. This is a business relationship interview. You're bringing your business, the Denise McCoy's real estate enterprise, to the broker. And what does the broker have to offer your business? And that's what the broker's supposed to have, a platform. Each agent take their business to the next level. And so now you're interviewing brokers to see what type of platform they have to offer you in a business relationship agreement, so that you can take your business to the next level and both of them prosper at the same time.
Right.
So you're getting a lot of offers now, are you not?
I am. It's overwhelming. Yes. Sometimes I'm afraid to check my mail because I know it's someone else. You know what I mean?
And that's a great thing in the beginning, because now that you're a licensed professional, that $400 that you invested, now you're not looking for work. Work is coming to you. They're slamming you by email, by text, by regular mail. Denise McCoy, come to our office.
Yes.
We want you. All right.
Yes.
That's how when you become a licensed real estate professional, the work's coming to you. But
that's unreal.
The great thing is, which hasn't happened yet, is the Fortune 500 companies. Wait a minute, Walmart, 500 companies start sending you packages where they want you to be an employee. Use real estate license. All right, or you will do some traveling, because look at Wawa. Oh my God, they're on.
Yes.
They're really taking over the Florida market right now. They waited a long time getting into there, and I'm sure it's just a matter of time before they hit every other state along the coast.
Absolutely.
And so they're always looking for real estate agents. So that golden ticket, that real estate license, is going to take you in so many different directions. And right now, your head's spinning on which direction you want to go. So you kind of work with the buyers or the sellers?
Say that one more time. Sorry.
Work with the buyers or the sellers?
I'm leaning more to the buyers.
Yeah.
I mean, sellers, they're kind of a little more stickler, with their situation. But I'm on the side of the buyer more so because I've been a buyer. You know what I mean? I've know the process more so, both sides of the spectrum. You know what I mean? Like, I know the fears, but I also know what you need to close this deal. You know what I mean? So I feel like with those two in hand, I'm ready. You know what I mean?
That is great. I love your confidence. And again, as I said,
Thank you.
Very interesting from day one, from the very first call that you called me with. And then you taking over the deal, working your own transaction. Now you're becoming a licensed real estate professional. It was really nice to take this journey with you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. So it was really nice to see this journey from the molding and you didn't have a lot of confidence in yourself as far as learning real estate in the beginning.
No, absolutely not. I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? It was so scary. But I think the fact that I I already had the knowledge, and you just kept like, it's there, Denise, like, and I'm like, oh yeah, duh, you know what I mean? So, but it's all about, having the support system, you know what I mean? And you definitely, again, because even now I'm out of the class and look where we are, you know what I mean? So who could ask for a better teacher, if that makes sense? You know what I'm saying? It's like a lifetime friendship,
I appreciate it. I try to stay with all my students, and see where things go. And I'm so proud. I get to see them, because when you graduate my class, I give you my congratulatory letter, and I say in that letter, I can't wait to see driving down
That's on that billboard. Yes. Yes.
Yes. With your name on it. And I was like, I remember when he or she was in my class.
Yes. I'm waiting for that part. But you were just saying, I can't wait to see you graduate. So I graduated. So now we're going to the billboard.
I can't wait to see that, and that's, all comes down to image. As I said, image is everything. We joked about it in the podcast,
Yes.
The podcast was fun. It was our very first podcast. That was fun. We had a lot of
It was really fun. I was like, oh, wasn't that bad? Because, in your mind, you're thinking the worst. But I was like, we just were talking. That's what it felt like. It felt like a talk.
Yeah, exactly. We're the live streaming show. Everything's live streaming. So if anything goes wrong, it goes wrong. But the podcast, do it over and over again. It doesn't matter. So we have on the podcast, and thank you for doing the podcast with me. Thank you for being my first speaker.
Absolutely.
My show, I very much appreciate it. I put the word out. See, that's that marketing. And so,
yes, sir. Word of mouth.
That's seeing the show. The reason that you're here, again, as I say, everything leads to a database.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a database of email addresses by text message. And I didn't even use all my database.
Mm-hmm.
I used a little bit of a database to get an audience here. And then, of course, I want the audience to come back. But I only used, and the database is the audience. Everything. Mm-hmm. So the online real estate school is just a mechanism for building up the database. And that's what I always try to teach with your real estate businesses. And then you're going to sell your business. Don't become
part-time agent.
Yeah. And don't become entrapped to your business. All right. Because your business, you're going to build and sell. That's basically what you want to do.
Yes.
People want to have legacies. They give to their children's children. That's one good thing. That's another thing. I never really thought that worked,
Right.
Giving somebody a company, to start out with,
Right. Have no idea what they're doing, right?
That's exactly right. Where's the struggle? Where's the, the appreciation? You had no hardship. So you got to have that hardship. That's why I never do the class for free. Mm-hmm. And who I ever gave the class to free, they didn't learn anything. There was nothing. So I never do it for free anymore. But the thing that I like about mine is there's no upselling. A lot of people, they're afraid to buy anything today. They're afraid they're going to get stuck in upselling. They're going to have to buy this, then they're going to have to buy that, and so forth and so forth. Now, don't get me wrong. That's the whole part of the podcast, to make billions, trillions of dollars. All right. Yeah, we want to make money, again, but I don't do that with the school. I like to keep the school on the educational level and have nothing else incurred in the school. So that's why I like doing this live streaming show to encourage
interaction. Yeah,
exactly. And it's just one more marketing technique: the show, the school, the email, text. Because I said to you before, it's not easy. Selling a product is easy, but selling somebody the fact that you want to educate yourself, it's not.
It's so hard. I don't know why that's so hard. I guess, the fear, people are scared. They fear what they don't know. You know what I mean? But I feel like, you have to step out of that comfort zone. You never know what you're capable of. You know what I mean? And here I am, I'm originally from New York, and I came to Philly, and first of all, I'm a CDL driver. That blows my mind from the door. And now I'm a licensed real estate agent. So I'm just keep going, and it's just unbelievable. Like the pride I feel for myself, I should say, and I'm just starting out, but I feel great things. You know what I mean? I just feel like I can accomplish more. And it just all started from the phone call. Like, hey, let me see what this is. You know what I mean? Because we gamble, especially women. We gamble with going to get our hair done. We gamble to go see who can do the best nails. But initially, you had to take that step to get there. You know what I mean? To know, hey, this person does really good hair or does really good nails. Why not do it in yourself? Like,
it's exactly right. But you know what I tell everybody? Everybody joins my class. You got a different blood pumping through your veins, Denise. All my students do. And that's called that entrepreneurial blood. And so that blood is something that they have cooking in their system, because not everybody has. Not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. Some people are just happy going along with going along.
Mhm.
But other people want to achieve and accomplish. So you and all my students that come in my class have a different blood pumping through your veins. You got that entrepreneur blood. And
Yes,
so because you're a unique individual, you're different, then you're destined for my class and you're destined for the great things. But it's not
absolutely.
everybody. And so that's one thing that I have to learn, that I usually get the elite, the ones who are willing to take a risk, the ones who
Mhm.
scared that they're not, this is not for them, but they do it, and then they have the great rewards like you of the
Yes, yes. It's like I did what? Yes, I have this fly. I open my door and this fly won't leave me alone. I'm sorry.
live streaming show. Everybody wants a mug for the camera, so
You just keep bothering me, like, get away.
that's all right. But, and then I'm over here like, oh, hi, Denise. It's like,
Man,
so you're waiting.
we have fun in our conversations, you know? So this was so good that you did this live stream with us because we always communicate about whatever, you know?
And that's what I usually stick around after class to help out, because I know I've
Yeah.
done a lot, so sticking around after class to help out with, your deal. And then mentoring once you become, depending on what broker you're with, so of course, if you're not with my broker, then I can't mentor.
Right.
Again, you learn all these things. You learn contract law, you learn
Right.
law in the class.
Are you still giving that doing the contract class?
Yes, and so I do have a real estate agent. So once you become a real estate agent, I do the contract class because, again, as I said, once you, as a real estate agent, know that agreement of sale, then
Mhm.
you're going to be a super real estate agent. If
Yeah.
you explain the agreement of sale to your client, because most agents don't know how to do that. They know how
Right.
to initial here, sign here, initial here,
Mhm.
but they don't know how to explain the agreement of sale. And
Exactly.
the best classes that I give when I teach real estate agents, and I don't do it for free anymore. I used to do it for free, but again, as I say, once I do for free, you don't learn anything.
I was gonna say that. I mean, but oh my god, but that class, even that the little taste that I did get, I was like, when is it? Let me know. Because that was phenomenal. Because I was doing that in training, and I was like, wait, these are agents, and we're talking. Oh no, yeah. Let me know when that start back up.
Yeah, I'm going to be introducing some more classes, especially for real estate agents. These will not be broker classes yet, but these would be advanced classes for your business, for your real estate business, taking your business to the next level. And so, if you want to be a superstar real estate agent, then that's what I'm offering. I'm offering other classes as well. But it starts with this class. This is my pride and joy. This is my baby, and because this is the most important class, the class that everybody really loves the best, because this is where your dreams go into motion.
Mm-hmm.
Start playing.
Mm-hmm. You learn yourself in here because you're being pushed. You know what I mean? You have so a little bit of time to absorb a lot of information, but it's not rushed. You know what I mean? You get to take your time. You get to enjoy the whole process. You know what I mean? And I think that was one of the because, like I said, I have 4 kids, so in my mind, I was like, I don't have time to do a class. Like, what do you mean? While I'm sleeping? No, I don't want to do that. But as I said, like it wasn't rushed. It was like every other day. I still had time to be a mom and go to work, hold a full-time job and still have time to have class. And that was well done. You know what I mean? Like that whole flexibility that you give us is cool too, because like you said before, we're all working parents and a lot of people don't feel like they have the time. Like, oh, when can I do it? Well, while you're sitting on the bed.
And I tried to make the classes no longer than 4 hours with a half-hour break. So they're really in 3.5-hour classes for 3 days a week. So it's not too long where you lose your focus.
Right.
It's too short where you don't learn anything. So the classes are just about right where you're absorbing everything. We're only doing 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So it's not overswelling the brain with too much. And so I got it tuned out to a nice little routine where it's an evening class, a morning class. And, you try to get out of the money-making industry when you're teaching. Again, as I said to you before, it's not about the income, it's about the outcome. At $400, I am the least expensive live streaming platform school in the state of Pennsylvania. And with second most reviews. And I say second because the first one that's beating me in reviews has my name on those reviews.
Did you ever get them?
No, they belong to the other school now. So the reviews belong to the other school. But it just kills me that I'm competing against myself because the other
And
school.
that is so sick. Like
Yeah.
what?
And so,
Wow.
I get all these new reviews for my school because the school that I was working for had all my great reviews working.
Mm.
Nice enough to take my name off of the reviews.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but that's okay. But in any event, so always about the review. So I teach you these things in my class, how to run a real estate business, and I teach you the importance of reviews, getting everything started. And
Yeah, saving your money on the deals. Yeah.
that's
It was really informational.
and look, you can do real estate right out of the house right now.
Absolutely.
You can do it.
That's what I love. That's especially parents. Like, that flexibility is there. You can literally make your own schedule and make money. You still, I mean, it's a little bit more work than actually working for someone. But again, the flexibility. Now, a lot of parents, need that. They need to understand that that is there. You know what I mean?
And that's the great thing about being in the real estate business. You could do a part-time, full-time. It could be you right out of high school. It could be you retired. It could be you in midlife with
Yes.
children. You can do real estate. And the way that we have apps and programs and
Oh
everything
God.
today, it is so easy to do email. You could do most of your email transactions by email. You could do most of
Absolutely.
your transaction by email. And so we teach you these things in the class. You don't ever even have to leave the house. And you
DocuSign. Mm-hmm.
actions. So the real estate business is so good, and people don't want to go back to work after this COVID. We might be
Right.
into a COVID situation where we're masked up and our economy is going to be shut down, our economics is going to be
And
shut.
guess what was up? Real estate was up.
Exactly. And two things people will always need: food and shelter. So it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. And you're going to have states that will not close down, and rightfully
Mhm.
so. It depends on which side of the coin you're in. But why do we need to shut everybody's business down when we already did it and we realized that did not help at all? It didn't help with the
Right.
economy, it didn't help with the pandemic, it didn't help with the disease. And the states that did stay open, look how great they're doing. All right.
Exactly.
So again, but look, the states that did stay open, look at their real estate market. They're absolutely on fire. Everybody's moving to a state that's not going to shut down. All right?
Mm-hmm. Makes sense though. Then they need real estate agents. So
That's exactly right. They're absolutely in demand. You'll never be broke. You'll never be unemployed. Once you have that real estate license, look how much work is out there just waiting for you. So
Yes.
if you're going to go to work after the pandemic, you don't even think $20 an hour is enough to cover your nut, because I don't. $60 an
Right.
hour minimum for me.
Right.
So your time is valuable, and that's on the cheap side. And so you'll learn what your time's worth, and not everybody thinks that their time's worth $20 an hour.
Right.
And so a lot of companies are going to struggle because you're going to have a lot more people coming into that entrepreneurial, where again they know to work to succeed, you have to work. You have
Right.
to succeed. There are no get rich quick schemes out there, and this is the
That's legal anyway.
exactly. So this is the best course of action I can give anybody: getting that real estate license, learning real estate, investing $400 in yourself, and wait to see where it takes you. I
Absolutely.
can't wait to see
Me
it.
neither. I'm excited. Like I'm super excited. Like I'm so equipped. Well, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I just feel like I'm well within my rights. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I can do a little bit of something. You know what I mean?
Yes, and so you are. And what do you see? And the thing is going to be is that every time you help somebody, they're going to recommend you to somebody else. You got to check out my agent Denise. She explained everything. She's so cool to work with. I recommend her. And now more money is coming your way just by people appreciating the work that you did for them. They're going to recommend you to others, and one thing leads to another because they know you got
Yeah.
their best interest at heart.
And I think that's what it is. Yeah, that whole confidence. You know what I mean? That relationship that you build is always, because even now you buy a house now. 15 years ago, they're gonna remember you. They're gonna nope, I'm going to her.
And I teach you how to stay in contact. At least the
Yes.
birthday card every year. You got to stay in contact with them.
Because I think that's where a lot of people forget, you know what I mean? That follow up, you know what I mean? And that's where the money is, you know what I mean? Because even if they aren't, they know someone, or their kids or someone in their circle knows someone that wants to buy. And if you treated them good, they're going to come back to you or refer you, you know?
And that's exactly right. And so that business is just going to keep coming back around again and again and again. And so I love the real estate business because it really does set the wheels in motion. And
Mhm.
one thing leads to another, to another, to another in the real estate business. You never know what road you're going to travel in the real estate.
Yes.
Little did I know we were going to do podcasts and free live streaming shows. And then little did and you know what's funny, Denise? When I
Mm.
started school, I did
Mhm.
have a vision of live streaming. So when I started,
Mhm.
but it wasn't legal. We were not allowed to do in Pennsylvania live streaming class. But then the
Mm.
pandemic started. The pandemic
See?
long,
But
and
you know, you got so many ideas up there, Nelson.
you know, I try. And I say this all the time. I'm good with my ideas. I'm good
Mhm.
at starting, but you know what I'm not good at? Management.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
my flaw. So I usually have to delegate. I used to have other people to help me out with things. But
Right.
plan B, even though the show didn't go up without a hook, be ready. Still do the show because
Exactly.
there's an audience out there. Now, this is not exactly how I had anticipated, but don't we have a plan B? We
We
still
do.
want to get the show going. The show must go on.
Yes, sir.
And that's the great thing about what I do when I real estate agents. You guys have a plan B. When I was talking to you on the podcast, Denise, you had already a plan B and a plan C. That's the,
I tried, but that's what you said. What is it? Apples, bananas. What is it again?
you know, and so, but yes, and so again, you know, always have a backup. Always make sure that you're not relying on somebody else. And you know, so and when you start your first 3 deals, just like everybody that gets real estate business, those will be the nerve-wracking ones, but
Mhm.
templated. After you do those first 3 deals, it's the same contract over and over again. It gets real templated after a
Yes.
while, and now you get really good at
And
streamlining.
your confidence builds as well.
That's exactly right, because now you're more comfortable with the contract. Now you're more comfortable with explaining everything to your clients and the process. You know, the home inspection, the appraisal, and
Yes.
you know how fun it is to work with the mortgage company.
Yes. It's so fun.
And it's going to be getting tighter. You know, what we have in the next 2 years, real estate's going to take a dip. It's going to start coming down, but that's what we need. We need to have it going up, 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 and up,
Right.
where it's unaffordable
Right.
and flows to come in. So in the next 2 years, it's going to be look at the mortgage. The banks are going to really tighten their restrictions, and
Mhm.
they're going to be coming down. But if you learn what you and you want to work with buyers, then you're going to have a great market position. You understand owner financing,
Yes.
self owner financing. So these are things to work with live streaming and live streaming events in real estate.
Right.
So um, again, Denise, I want to thank you very much for
I
joining.
appreciate you. Thank you for even having me. Just thinking of me, I feel so special.
Class. I couldn't wait. You know, for the last 2 weeks, all I kept thinking about was the show. So we spent a lot of time and effort marketing the show, and so
Right.
and it didn't quite go off without a hitch. But the podcast was great. We did a great job. You know, so the podcast is good, and I do thank you for joining me on the live stream. Once again, ladies,
Absolutely.
Denise to Online Real Estate School Inc.com, Online Real Estate School Incorporated. If you want to get your real estate license to go the same path that Denise did, go to Online Real Estate School Inc.com or call me directly 267-972-1084. And this is where all the pretty screen would come up, as I'm talking.
All the hours and stuff.
Yes, the phone numbers, the email, the website, and everything would come up. So again, I don't have any of that in this show. But Denise, would you like to come back? Would you like to do a show again with us in the future?
You name the time and I will be there.
Oh, very, very good. Very, very good. I'm looking forward to it. So thank you for sharing with us. I can't wait to see where you go.
I appreciate it.
Just wanted to get some real estate knowledge and work their own deal to now a big tycoon in the real estate industry. Talk show host everybody wants to talk to. So
Right.
your chemistry, your magic, your personality worked out great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Mr. Nelson.
You enjoy your evening. I'll be in contact with you shortly.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
Thank you so much. Take
You're
care.
welcome.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Listen, do what Denise did. Get yourself that real estate license, ladies and gentlemen. You know, it's the best $400 you're ever going to invest in yourself. I want to thank you for taking this time to come to the live streaming show. It is live streaming, so you never know how it's going to work out. It works out, it works out. But life is a live streaming event. And what I would love to prepare you to do, ladies and gentlemen, is get you to be known as a licensed real estate professional in the state of Pennsylvania. $400, learn real estate, the ins and outs, learn how to invest in it, learn how to run a real estate business, learn how to pass the real estate exam, and then get that confidence. Be known as a licensed professional in the state, get that confidence, take yourself to the next level. You got the entrepreneur blood in your system, ladies and gentlemen. You have it. You're just looking for a boost. You're just looking for somebody to give you that little shove, that little push that says you can do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, you can join my class for $150. Spend the $150 on yourself. At least do that and get started in my next class, which is August 17th. Get started, learn the real estate. And ladies and gentlemen, once you take my class, you'll never pay for it again. Once you do my 6-week class, you're welcome to come back to my class anytime you want, free of charge, to continue with that education. So I'm opening up the floodgates to you, ladies and gentlemen, trying to tell you that you can do this. Believe in yourself. Spend the $400 or at least $150 to get started, and believe in yourself. Understand that you can take yourself down journeys that you probably never thought you would ever go, roads you never thought you would ever go until you took that first step. Being on this live streaming show, seeing my guest speaker, Denise, and what she accomplished in a couple of months. A couple of months, ladies and gentlemen. And she's well on her way. Her confidence is good. She can't wait to represent others. She's already did her own transaction. And she's only been doing this 9 weeks, 10 weeks so far, ladies and gentlemen. So again, I always want to encourage you. It's not easy convincing folks to believe in themselves. It's not easy. I try. I do the best I can. But to encourage you to take that investment and invest in yourself, you probably lost more than $400 in an hour at the casino, had nothing to show for it. Here, invest that $400, get yourself a real estate license, get yourself a real estate business, get yourself confidence, get yourself a new journey, a new road, ladies and gentlemen, because you never know where that journey is going to take you. So that's it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're actually going to end the class a little bit early tonight. Let everybody get back to their lives. I appreciate you joining us on this live streaming event. And hopefully it's recorded somewhere. All right. Again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for attending the free live streaming real estate class. We have this class every Monday at 6 p.m. live on Facebook, on Twitter, hopefully LinkedIn soon. We're still working on LinkedIn to get us over there. We're looking forward to that. And a YouTube as well, ladies and gentlemen. So we're back up and running on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for your kind letter and your kind consideration and your professionalism and putting our channel back up. We realize mistakes happen, and we appreciate your kind, sincere letter, YouTube. So we are back up and running with YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and we're looking forward to be live streaming on LinkedIn soon enough, ladies and gentlemen. LinkedIn, we can't wait. Love to join the family. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the free live streaming real estate class brought to you by Online Real Estate School, Inc. Our next class starts August. We have a morning class, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We have an evening class, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're going to be having a podcast soon. Ladies and gentlemen, the podcast, Real Estate Saved My Lifestyle. That's the name of our podcast. Real Estate Saved My Lifestyle. And so that was fun. We just did our first podcast today with Denise, and we'll always have this live streaming free class. Now, because we had a guest speaker, I didn't go into too much of the class session, but ladies and gentlemen, send me an email, and I'll let you sit in one of our actual classes. So you won't have your book, you won't have your manual, you can get to sit in one of our actual classes for an hour or so, 10 minutes if you like. So send me an email, Warren Nelson at realtyagent.com. It's probably the best way to reach me. Or you can reach us at, you can go to my website, Online Real Estate School Inc., and use the info at real estate to send us an email. And send me your name, your email address, your telephone number, and I'll send you a link to sit in one of our classrooms for as long as you want, live, to see what the class is about. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm giving you every opportunity I possibly can to give yourself a different journey. Don't go back to work after this pandemic. Start a career, ladies and gentlemen. Start a new journey. Start a new adventure. Start your real estate journey. Online Real Estate School Incorporated. Thank you very much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Be safe, be healthy, be happy. God willing, I'll see everybody next Monday. Ciao.